Namaste and welcome. Today we're going to do a short practice, really focused on our breath and exploring the 4 parts of our breath. I did hear a quote the other day from a teacher of mine that spoke of thinking about life not in terms of the number of years that we live per se, but to think of it in the number of breaths we take. So say there was like a maximum capacity of breaths that we could take, and if we took those very in a stressful state, they'd be very short and we'd use them up quite quickly. Whereas if we thought of slowing our breath down, of creating more space, the amount of extra time we'd have, as we wouldn't use up our allotted breath so quickly. And if you think about it, the way that we breathe has such an effect on many of the systems of our body, in particular like our stress response. So we know that when we're stressed or something kind of surprises us or catches us off guard, maybe makes us anxious, our breath gets shallow and moves up into our chest. And if we're living in a state like that, always breathing very shallowly, always very stressed, we can use up those breaths very quickly. Whereas if we shift and open and slow down our breaths, we use up much less, we space things out, and we also downshift our nervous system into a more relaxed and calm state, which has a great effect on our nervous system, but especially when you think of many diseases being so linked to stress, you can kind of see how that's an interesting perspective to look at it and look at that shift. So as I said, today we're going to look at the 4 parts of our breath, but we're going to start with the 2 obvious ones, which would be the inhale and the exhale. So I'll get you to just take a moment to settle into a good seat and to maybe close down your eyes as you allow yourself to really connect with your breath, turning your attention inwards and watching the breath as it comes in and as it departs through the nose. Now, as you sit here and watch the breath, I invite you to keep the inhalations and exhalations even. And the nice way to do this is to just count the in breath and count the out breath. And we'll do that for a count of 4. Now, you could, if you need to speed it up, you don't have to count super slow so that you feel stressed in the way you're counting. Just a nice in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Whichever pace you choose, just keep it consistent in and out through the nose. Following the breath. And already by just simply connecting with our breath, bringing our attention towards it, we've slowed it down and we've brought ourselves into this more calm state just by simply noticing and making that shift. Now to keep with your counting of the breath, we're going to introduce the other parts of the breath. So as the inhale comes, we count for 4. And then at the top of the inhale, I'll get you to hold that breath in for 1 or 2 counts, up to you. So holding the breath in and then exhaling for that same count of 4. And then at the end of the exhalation, holding that breath out for a count of 1 or 2. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2. In, out. In, hold, out. Hold, in, out, in, out. Anytime you notice your mind wandering, take that opportunity to consciously shift and bring yourself back to this 4-part breath. You can even picture in your mind's eye a box that this breath creates. So as you inhale, you draw that first line of the box. As you hold that breath in, you trace along the upper line of that box. As you breathe out, you draw the other side down. As you hold that breath out, you complete that square across. In, hold, out, hold, in, hold, out, hold. A few more rounds. And when you're ready, you can let go of that control of the breath and just allow the breath to come and go as it will. Still keeping your awareness following the breath, but allowing it to ebb and flow at its own rhythm, its own pace. As you sit here, you can go ahead and seal your palms together, bringing them to meet in prayer, Anjali Mudra. Taking a nice full breath in to sit up a little taller. Holding the breath in at the top of the inhale for a moment, nice and full. Keep it in. And then when you're ready to exhale, go ahead and let that breath grow. Drop your chin to your chest. Take a gentle bow, holding that exhale out for a moment. When you're ready, you can slowly release your hands. Gently open your eyes. So if you want to come into all fours on your mat, we're just going to sit into a familiar movement of cat and cow. So you can take a few rounds here, just settling in, finding what feels good for you. And then we're going to link up the 4 parts of our breath with this movement. Okay? So coming forward to cow. Inhale for that count of 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to hold that breath in for a count of 2. And then exhale to cat. 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath out for 2. And then inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. And out. Hold. In. And out. So just a couple more rounds, moving at your own pace. Breathing in this way really allows our attention to be completely fixated on our breath. Almost not even giving you time to notice anything on the floor around you. I know sometimes practicing at home there can be extra distractions. Maybe the dust bunnies we notice and things like that. So really allowing all of those distractions, all else fall away, so that you can settle into your breath. So that even if there was a party going on in the room next door, or some commotion somewhere else outside, that doesn't throw you off your game. You're still in your zone with your breath. Good. All right, let's slowly finish off one more round and then settle back into a neutral spine. And as you arrive here, and just allow your hands to be nice and planted. We're going to be lifting up into downward dog, so make sure that the wrists are directly into the shoulders. We'll curl the toes under for now. Take a nice big breath in. And as you exhale, press back to downward facing dog. Go ahead and settle into your dog. Maybe bend one knee, press the opposite heel to the floor. Just giving yourself a moment to settle into the physical body. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and slowly inhale as we come all the way back down. Good. All right, we're gonna link these movements now up with our 4-part breath. So take a nice full breath in here. Hold that breath in for 2, and as you're ready to exhale for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1, we're lifting right up into dog. Hold that dog, hold that breath out, and then inhale, slowly lower down. Holding that in for 2, and then exhaling to lift up. Holding that breath out. Inhale as you come down. Hold. Exhale as you go up. Hold that breath out. Inhale to lower. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 1, 2. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 4, 2. Good. In. Hold. And out. Hold. One more time. Good. Pressing back into that downward dog. Just take a couple of breaths here. Really filling up the space of the back body, the space behind the heart, and as you exhale, softening the heart rate down towards the floor as you send your tailbone to the sky. Nice big breath in. Nice big breath out. And then you can take these little baby steps, walking your feet to your hands, walking your hands to your feet, till everything meets in the middle. Find yourself in a forward fold position. Knees can be bent quite a bit. Fingertips on the floor, so knees are bent as much as you need so that the fingertips can touch. And you can kind of start to flare the elbows out to the sides. So elbows out to the sides, fingertips on the mat, heart bowing forward. Take a moment and try to straighten one of your legs a little bit more. So bend the left and see about straightening the right. And it won't go all the way straight, but you'll feel a little bit of that stretch. Nice big breath in. Hold for a moment. And then let it go. Softening into that fold a little more deeply. Hold that breath out. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. In. 2, 3, 4. Stretching the back of the leg. Out. 2, 3, 4, as you soften into the fold. Good. Bend the right knee. Attempt to straighten the left leg a little more. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold for a moment. Then soften into the fold. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Breathing in. Hold that breath in for a moment. And breathing out. Settling in. Good. Couple more rounds here. Really stretching the back of that left leg. Beautiful. All right, from here you can go ahead and slowly bring your palms down to the mat and step your way back into your tabletop position. Good. All right, from here we're just gonna go ahead, take your knees wide, our toes close together, nice big breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and sit right back into a child's pose, walking your fingertips forward, softening your chest down to the mat. Nice big breath in. 2, 3, 4, hold. And then out. 2, 3, 4, hold. In. Hold. And out. And as you breathe out, let those hips really sink towards the heels. Beautiful. Good. From here, let's go ahead and slowly bring ourselves back to center. Curl the toes under. Downward facing dog. Transitioning so that we can walk all the way back so that we're in our forward folded position. And then from here, you can bring your hands onto your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades onto your back. With a big breath in, we'll rise all the way up to standing. And then exhale, you can release your arms by your sides. From here, you can step wide on your mat. So take a nice wide stance. Bending the knees, we're gonna soften forward. Good, you can bring your hands on your thighs. Knees bent quite a bit, root the thighs back. And once again, fingertips come to the floor. So the knees are bent quite a bit so that the fingertips can arrive here. Good. We're going to work again with the 4 parts of our breath, settling into a little bit of a twist here. So keep those right fingertips on the floor right in front of your face. And when you're ready, on an inhale, bring your left arm up to the sky. Twisting here, rooting down through the right fingertips, rising up through the left. Nice big breath in. And as you exhale, go ahead and lower down. Good. 4 parts. Inhale, lift up. 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2. And then exhale, lower down. 3, 4. Hold that breath out. Breathing in. Hold. Breathing out. Hold. Breathing in. Hold, and as you hold, see if you can twist a little deeper into the pose, then exhale, let it all the way go. One more time, hold. Breathing in. 3, 4, hold. Open, and as you exhale, 2, 3, 4, release. Left fingertips in front of your face. Inhale that right arm up. First time, just some motion to settle in. And we'll align with our breath. So as you breathe in, reaching that arm up. 2, 3, 4, hold. And lowering down. 2, 3, 4. Hold that breath out. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Good. In. And out. In. Hold. And out. Hold. One more time. Beautiful. From here, as both hands come back to the mat, you can heel toe, bring your feet together, about hip distance apart, a little closer together. Angle your toes outward, settle down into a deep squat. From here, bring your hands to prayer, elbows into the knees, knees press into the elbows, set the shoulders down and back, heart forward, big breath in. Hold that breath in, and let it go. Hold that breath out. Breathing in. Pause. Breathing out. Pause. One more time. And let it go. And as you let that breath go, you can slowly lower down, releasing from the posture. We'll make our way down onto our backs. And as you arrive there, walking your heels nice and close and towards you. Knees are bent, feet on the floor. We'll start with our arms by our sides. And we're going to be lifting up into little bridge pose. So I know you might be apt to try to look at the video, but I'll try to explain this as best I can so you don't have to look to the side. You're going to keep your gaze straight up towards the ceiling, which is really important so that we don't throw off the alignment of our neck here. Pressing down our feet into the earth, we're going to lift the hips to the sky. And as you lift the hips to the sky, you can tuck your chin slightly to keep the neck elongated. Press into the soles of the feet, those hips lift. And as we exhale, we're going to lower down. So you can see where this is going. On our inhale, we're going to lift up for a count of 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And lower down. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Good. Then we're going to add into the mix an arm. So as the hips go up, the right arm goes up, lands on the floor above your head. And as you exhale and lower down, the arm, the hips, everything lowers back down for that count of 4. And then we hold the breath out. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Out. 2, 3, 4. Hold. Beautiful. So going at your own pace. 3 more times with this right arm. Beautiful. All right, keep both arms by our sides. Inhale, lift those hips up once again. Hold the breath in, lift the hips higher, and as you exhale, go ahead and lower all the way back down. Take a moment, pause, holding that breath out. And when you're ready to lift up again, this time left arm lifts along with the hips. Inhaling up for that count of 4, holding, and then exhaling all the way back down for the same count of 4, and pausing the breath out before beginning again. 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Again, 3 more rounds on this left side. Good, and this time as you lower everything down, just allow the feet to go nice and wide to the edges of your mat. Let your knees fall towards the midline so that they rest upon one another. And just take a moment here, arms can be by our sides, just allowing the breath to come and go as it will. Allowing this opportunity to bring these deeper, fuller breaths into the body really helps to alkalize the body, and you are probably already noticing that you are taking these fuller, more expansive breaths. Hopefully you've shifted into a more serene state as well. And hopefully you've also been able to breathe a little space between one thought and the next, which is important, especially nowadays when there's so much chaos going on around in that world outside of ourselves. It's nice to be able to bring this space within ourselves. So when you're ready, give yourself a nice big squeeze, pull those knees into the chest, and just gently rock from side to side, just massaging the lower back. Good. Let's go ahead and give a nice rinsing of the spine. You can let both knees fall to the right. You can take your arms out wide to your sides and allow the legs to fall into a place where they rest down on one on top of the other. So if that takes a shifting of the hips over to the right so that the legs can stack, that's excellent. Palms are facing up, and if you'd like a little extra, look out over that left shoulder, looking away from the legs, allowing everything to just soften down. And if you like, in your own counts, you can come back to that 4-part breath. Breathing in, holding the breath in, breathing out, and holding the breath out. Just a nice anchor to the present moment to keep us from getting lost in our thoughts. This is a really great technique to maintain presence. And when you're ready, slowly floating the legs back to center, placing the feet on the mat. Maybe shift your hips over to the right a little bit so you can let the legs fall to the left, and then repositioning yourself so that you feel supported. Okay, maybe if you're placing a pillow even under the knees can be helpful. Arms go wide as you look out over that right shoulder, maybe closing down the eyes and settling into that 4-part breath. And anytime the mind shifts to thoughts or away from the breath, take that as an opportunity to consciously shift and realign with your breath. Beautiful. And when you're ready, slowly bringing the knees back to center, realigning. Let's take another moment to pull the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself that nice tight squeeze. And then let's just see. Let's really engage all the muscles. Curl yourself up really tight. Really scrunch everything up. Get into like a ball of stress almost, if you will, just by pure physical engagement in the body. Take a big breath in. Hold the breath in. And then when you need to exhale, let it all go and just let yourself melt into a puddle on your mat. Letting the arms fall out to the sides, letting the shoulder blades tuck beneath you, feet naturally falling outwards. Closing down the eyes and just allowing yourself to settle. No longer seeking to control the breath, just allowing it to ebb and flow at its own pace. Soaking up the benefits of your practice of not only stretching our bodies, of expanding our minds, but extending our breath, opening those dark spaces within us and sending the breath into those areas so that we can unleash blockages in the physical body, blockages in maybe the heart space as well, as we become more open through our practice, uniting our body, our breath, our mind, and our heart. And in a world where there's so many places or concepts or stressors or demands, pleasures being pulled upon us in all directions, it's nice to be able to center ourselves in our breath. So at this moment, let go of all distractions, all thoughts, and just allow yourself to simply be here now, to simply soak up and absorb the benefits of your practice. When you're ready, start to realign, reconnect with your breath. Bringing an emphasis on the breath, lengthen the inhale, and then take a nice, slow, long exhalation. With the exhale, just really allow the weight of your body to sink down into the support beneath you. As you inhale next, maybe reach your arms up above your head. Trying to stretch your body long, point your toes, and really imagine sending your breath into all the far reaches of your being. Expanding yourself, getting big and bright, taking up lots of space as you bring movement back into your body, whatever is calling to you in this moment. From here, you can bend your knees, place the feet on the floor, and let the knees gently fall to the right. And as they do so, your body can follow it there, bringing your head to rest on your arm, and just taking a moment to savor the time you've placed aside to give yourself a little extra care and love, maybe bringing a smile to your face here. Then slowly go ahead and press yourself back on up into a seated position. Coming to a comfortable seat, you can sit up against the wall if that helps you stay elevated more easily. Resting your hands down on your lap, go ahead, take a nice big breath in. Exhale, relax those shoulders down away from your ears, close in your eyes, and soften a little bit. Relax into yourself here. Then for a few more moments, we'll take on that 4-part breath, coming into the inhale for a count of 4, holding the breath in for a moment, then exhaling for that count of 4, holding the breath out for a moment, and following that pattern. Fully experiencing the 4 parts of your breath, and perhaps noticing how the space between, when we take those pauses, holding the breath out, or holding the breath in. Kind of get this moment of non-doing, non-action, non-judgment, just simply being here. And so may we savor those spaces between. May we make room for these moments in our day when things pile up on top of us, when maybe we need a little more space and we can't get away. Just taking a moment to close down your eyes, to connect with your breath in such a way. Taking these sips throughout the day to savor the breath and to shift our state. You can let go of the 4-part counting of the breath, allowing the breath to reemerge as it simply will, watching it, remembering it as your anchor to the present moment, and really diving into that so that we can fully experience each moment. Don't be afraid of the silence. Don't be afraid of the stillness. Don't be afraid of those spaces between, those moments where we soak up the subtleties. And those are the moments where we truly, simply are just pure being, pure potential, pure awareness. You can go ahead and seal your practice by bringing your hands to connect in front of your heart space. May you carry this practice into your week and throughout your days, taking those moments to stop, to breathe, and to fully be. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Namaste.